Hey guys, so welcome to my channel. If you are new, hi, my name is Mpo, and if you're also a subscriber, thank you so much for constantly watching my content. As I said on the previous family vlog, that I would actually have a sit down with you guys where I sort of explained what was happening and why I went MIA and all of that good stuff. I know people love good gossip and good tea, so all right, sis, come on through and hear me out. So the past 2 months, I think the last time I had posted was in August, prior to that family vlog. It was in August, I think. So what had happened was, yo, shame. I was literally going through the most. I was going through a lot, guys. I don't even want to lie. I think when we were younger, we thought adulting was fun. Like growing up would be so much fun, but I mean, the reality of it's so strenuous. It is mentally, physically, emotionally, everything. And I think also the whole COVID thing exacerbated everything. So it was like, if whatever you were feeling sad, or you were struggling with anxiety or depression, the whole different levels and everything, it literally just kept shaking things up for everyone. So I personally was one of them. you know I always describe myself as someone who's very assertive, as someone I'm very sure of myself. I'm very getting like, basically, I'm very sure of myself. I'm an assertive person, in the sense that I know what I want, and I always go for it. I'm not necessarily someone who is like, oh my gosh, what are people going to say and everything like that. I've never been that kind of a person. So there were so many things that were coming at me, and I just felt like the people around me, they were also the ones who were, instead of supporting me through my anxiety and everything that I feel I was going through at that time, the different stresses that I was dealing with, they sort of gaslighted everything, if that makes sense. It's hard to sort of explain gaslighting to people who, like, your parents or your partners, or like, some people don't understand what gaslighting is. Gaslighting is a form of, when I say I feel a certain way, and instead of you acknowledging my feelings, you you question why I'm feeling that way. You make me feel like I'm not supposed to be feeling that way. You make me feel like my feelings are not valid. So in a sense, you sort of create doubt. Now I'm starting to doubt myself. I'm starting to doubt if what I'm feeling is real, if what I'm thinking is real, if what is really going on is real. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I think there was a whole lot of gaslighting on my end with the people that were around me, who were supposed to be really supportive of me at the time. And also, it was such a season of loss for me. Um, I'd gotten an interview, and this was literally my dream job, basically, and I didn't get it. And like, it was so so crushing, if that makes sense, because we plan our life around certain things, certain hopes, certain expectations, certain dreams, and when those things don't come into fruition, it's like, you know you have to sort of start over again, start dreaming about something else, because I had sort of centered my life now around this new opportunity, because I was so sure of myself. But because of what was happening around me, and because of the self-doubt that people were sort of pushing onto me, I feel like it sort of somehow it created a self-doubt in that moment, and I feel like I wasn't able to perform at like my optimum best. And also, I had a puppy. You guys never got to meet him, because I had him for, I think, a month and a half. I used to call him Fufu. I'll try and attach a picture. Oh my gosh, Fufu. He was everything. He used to follow me everywhere, literally everywhere. And sometimes I would go to the schools where I used to sell with, and I would go with him. Like, he would be so excited, and the kids would be excited. He was such a cute puppy. Oh, and he died. You know, um, I don't know. My brother said he thinks he ate some. I wasn't there at the time, but my brother says he thinks that Fufu ate something, and then it started to cause internal bleeding for him. So that was also like another blow. Like I didn't expect it because I loved that puppy. Oh, I loved him. Oh, I loved Fufu. Like whenever I would enter the yard and I was like Fufu, and he would come running. I don't have children, so I don't know. I guess that's maybe how people feel about their children, and their children come charging towards them. Like that was me and my Fufu. We were like tight. We were like tight. At some point, I would actually have him sleep in my room, but my brother didn't know that, and so didn't my mom. They both didn't know that you are actually like that little puppy was so special to me, especially considering how I found him, which is another story for another day. But yeah, I lost my little Fufu also. But also, I think there was a particular relationship with someone close to me that I thought we were building on, you know. At some point, I was like, okay, I can finally open up and I can finally be myself around this person. I can sort of generally, I'm not someone who opens up very easily. I'm not someone who shares like what I'm going through or what's on my mind or anything. I'm a very closed book, and not with all aspects. So I'll share like, oh, how to do this, how to do that. But when it comes to how I'm feeling or what I'm going through or challenges, or I'm not good at expressing my, not that I'm not good, I just don't prefer it. I don't really like talking about my problems. But with this person, I had actually started thinking, okay, maybe we were actually developing a close knit relationship where I could actually confide in this person, and instead of maybe this person judging me or whatever, this person would be open to hearing where I'm coming from and would be like just open to listening, just listening to me vent at times, because I think we're all human and we all need someone who we can vent to, and confidently so. So I had thought that I was building that relationship with this particular person, considering the fact that for the longest time we didn't have that. And one day all that just came crashing down, you know. We got into a situation, a very hectic situation, a fight, and I feel like a lot of things were said, not just on her end, but also on my end. But also, I think for me, I always say this to my cousins, like, I'm not a malicious person. I don't go out of my way to make other people feel sad, or I don't go out of my way to make somebody feel uncomfortable or feel hurt, or that's genuine, like character so I also feel like because of that fight I had actually gone out of character in the sense that I wasn't being myself, because that's not like me to fight with anybody, like, or to exchange words. I'm more of a text. I'd rather like swear at you like via text, but like in person I'm not someone who enjoys seeing other people hurt. I don't like hurting other people's feelings because I don't like having my feelings hurt. So there was an exchange of words. Um, there was a physical situation, and I think for me the saddest part of everything was just when I thought I was building a relationship with this person, that whole thing happened, and for me it sort of just it caused a rift, but also not just a rift. I think for me it's sort of, I don't want to say I'm done with the relationship, but also it's like I don't feel like I can trust you, because when there's heat in the kitchen, you take everything that I said to you and you throw it in my face. So I think for me, there's also that, and that relationship, like that person is someone very very close to me. Like I don't even want to say the extras and everything, but it was someone who's like very 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 close to me. So it's sort of like it's hard to detach, but also it's hard not to always think that was this how somebody always felt about me. You know how there's that saying that when someone is angry and there's a fight, people always say, sort of like people always show their true colors. I don't want to say she was showing her true colors because that would be very unfortunate, but yeah, that also happened. And for the majority of those months, I was just going through it. You know, it was one thing after the other. But more so than everything, I was so doubtful of myself. I had lost, oh my gosh, I'd lost all my confidence, I think. I had lost all aspirations, all desires to do anything. I had to sort of stop my business for a while. I had to, there was just so many things, and they were all coming at me all at once. And I just, like, I remember there was this one time, and it was like maybe 2 a.m. in the morning, or 3 or something like that. And I sent my cousin a message, and I was like, I can't, well, I'm so sorry. I can't do this anymore. Like, that's how hectic it was. I was like literally on the verge of just saying, guys, juices, I'm out of here. You know, it was so heavy. But what I took from everything is there's so much to like, there's so much to learn from incidences like this, because I'm learning so much about myself, but also not just about myself. I'm learning just how much I'm willing to take as a person, but also how I don't want to let anyone be the reason why I quit doing something. Understand? I feel like that's when you give power to certain situations. When you stop something because of someone else, somehow you're giving power to that person, you know, for them to just be like, yeah, well, she stopped because of me, you know. And I never want that to be the case, because for example, when I started my business, it was so small. And when I actually decided to stop for a minute, it was when I was making like a lot of money, you know. I was even thinking of expanding, I was even thinking of renting space, you know. I was actually on the verge of opening something else, you know. So when I stopped my business, it was literally when things were actually coming together. And many of us can say this, can say, you know, I stopped at a point where I was so close, you know. And for me, I was literally approaching my breakthrough, and that's when I stopped. But I've just decided, you know what, I'm going to go back, and I'm going to do what I have to do to feel like me. I, the other thing is, you know, I tend to feel like sometimes I'm such a giver, and people just take, that I end up being left with nothing for myself. And I don't want that anymore. I don't want that for myself anymore. You know, I literally want to prioritize myself, prioritize, I don't want to say my success or my own ideas. I literally want to have my own identity, you know. And I just want to make myself proud. At the end of the day, I think the biggest thing for me was I needed to make whoever proud. I needed to make this, I needed to sort of get confirmation from everybody else that, yeah, you know, we're happy for you, we're proud of you and whatever. But for the longest time, I wasn't able to stop and say, you know what, girl, I'm proud of you, I'm proud of you, you got yourself out of 1 2 3 4 5, you know. So I think now, not that I want to grow a big head, but I just want to start acknowledging the things that I do, and the things that I complete, and the challenges that I go through, and just pat myself on the back and just be like, yeah, you know what? You actually did that, bitch. You did that, you know? So, yeah, guys, that's more or less the shortest explanation of why I have not been posting and why I sort of lost interest. And I didn't lose interest. That's the other thing. It's like I had so many plans for my channel. I had so many plans. And because now I was getting the money, I was literally ready to grow my channel. But it's only a pity that that happened. But I think, you know what, it was a lesson. I learned a lot from it. I'm still learning even now. But I think the biggest thing is for me, what I'm taking away from the whole thing is, it's so important to deal with childhood traumas. It is very important. Like, I think it's another reason why I feel I want to go to therapy is it's so important to deal with childhood traumas, because the last thing you want is to carry that on into your children and their children's children, and etc etc etc. So I just want to deal with everything, the things that I'm aware of, the things that I'm not aware of, and I just want to be the best version of myself, and not for everybody else, but for me, you know. I want to pour from a full glass and not from an empty cup, You know, I want people to get what's on my saucer and not necessarily what's in my cup, because sometimes I give everything in my cup and there's nothing left for me, you know. But yeah, guys, that's sort of a short snippet of what has been happening and why I've been MIA. Oh, it's so depressing. But yeah, guys, you know, not everything is hunky dory and we're not always happy all the time, and we go through challenges. And I think that's the other thing about my channel is I just want it to be authentic. I don't want to ever come across as if I've got it all figured out, or yes, life is perfect. Life is not perfect. It's good here and there, but it does have its ups and downs, you know. But we live, we learn, and we grow. That's just the most important thing, is just to keep growing, just to keep going, you know. So yeah, guys, that's just a snippet of what has happened, and I'm sorry for being MIA, you know, because you guys are my subscribers. You guys are always cheering for me. Um, and sometimes I feel like I let my channel down, but you know, we grow and we glow. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm going to post part 2 of the family vacation, and we're just gonna take it from there. So thank you guys for watching my channel, and I appreciate every single one of you. Bye.